Reese from CreataCRM, and today we're going to be going through the CRM module and doing tasks, activities, and notifications. Now, we'll be going through in the system here on what is an activity, what is a task, and what is a notification, how it relates to you. In a nutshell, activities are time meetings and things, and tasks are to-dos and checklists, and notifications combine these things with a range of things like notifications and posts that we chat to help people do stuff. So we're going to go through right now how this is in Creator. So, a task. It is, just create a task, tick it yes or no, and we can report on it in the report section over there. So it means that when you create a task, we can do automations where if reckon invoice or zero invoice is created, can someone please follow this invoice? We bring the system in and they can check on it. Yes, I've done it, and great, and thank you very much. Or if you when a quote expires, follow this quote up, task tick, and you can see it. Or follow this person up in 5 days, task tick, do it. Activities is I create a task and I want to follow the person up. I then call the person up, and then activity is what I said. Hi, John. You're ready to sell this buy this awesome stuff. Yes, no, you want to do it. It's all these things like you're unsure why because of the coronavirus and something's happened to the world, and call back in 7 days. Sure, no worries. You make a note, and then you create another follow-up task to do it. So that's what. So how these two relate is tasks is telling you what to do, and activities are what did happen. And so you can see here the list of meetings and different things here. So let's now show you how that works. So we're going to go to a contact in here, Barney and Rubble. Sorry, a bit of a glitch there. And we're going to create a task for the person. Subject, please follow up about X, Y, Z. You have the time on the due. So this is a due date that you can have in advance. That's very important. So you can go, due date is on the 20th. I want to follow them up. Okay. Now you've got other things. You can put more descriptions in here. You've got the task type, which is follow up. You can manage the task type as like follow up task types or whatever it is. You can qualify what the task type is. Follow up. Assign to, it defaults to that assign to. You can give it to any of your colleagues. I'm going to give it to Mr. Admin person. I'm logged in as salesperson, so I'm going to give it to admin. So please follow this person, Mr. Admin. The customer links automatically. Notifications. Now, notification is pretty cool, so you can notify them. This does emails and notifications up there in the corner of the bell, just up here. And you can say, I wanted 5-10 minutes before the date. So it's going to be done on the 20th. In 3 days' time from now, notify that person. You can do other things like recurring tasks if you want to be having meetings with that person and you want to have recurring weekly meetings. Recurring is different. It's important to note that the recurrence won't happen until you clear it off. So if you do it each week and you miss 3 weeks, you're going to recur on the next following week. So it only has 2 tasks if you didn't do it each week. So you still have to clear them off each week as well. And look, we go to survey. That's another big bottle here of you can create full-on questionnaires, swims, and all these other things, and another deep, awesome, cool stuff in there, and we'll go through it later. So we've done tasks, and I clear it off there, save it, and there it is. Please follow X, Y, and Z. It's not started, and it's for admin, so it's done. So if you look at the CRM dashboard, okay, so what we've got here is we've got a follow-up task for admin here to follow up Bunny Rumble over here. So that is how you do activities. Now, what happens, it will send them an email notification and remind them in a bubble here if you opt in. So you have to then go into the admin portal, and we'll go through that of how you can do that. So the next thing you've got is create an activity. So we'll go back to Bunny Rumble here. He gets an alert, he goes through and makes a phone call. He calls the person up and says, hi, I'm going to call that person, so pretend it was admin here, we'll ignore that. This is a note about stuff. And you've got here the time. The meeting type could be a call, activity, note, and we'll go through that. And so this is a note about client and stuff. Okay. So simple as that. You can save and close that, and that makes a note or a call that you've done that person. So you probably want to also go into the task in that section there. Go back to the CRM dashboard. You can go to other places, and you go back to the open task, and you clear off that you've done that task. Okay, done. So that's how it relates to creating a task and making an activity. Just to qualify the other things that you may want to know of making activities is if you haven't done tasks, you can just simply make a note just in here by clicking on the note and making a note, and that will go into the activities. Emails go in the activities. If you just make a phone call up here and just make a note, it makes an activity as well. And I think also meetings and activities here. So it's just there's so many ways to create an activity that goes into the activity dashboards section. The next thing we can do is actually grab an activity, and usually from an email. So we have clients that they want to receive emails from a client. They have a service email or an info email or a support email ticketing system where they get an inbound email, and then they want to create an activity. So what we're going to have in this example, where we get an email and we then create a task from it. So it reverses it, but it makes sense to a lot of the SME market. So how we'll do that is that in the Outlook itself, you create a category in here. Whoops, sorry. You create a category in here, and we've got a category called follow-up. Follow-ups are things like you create a task from it. You can just simply attach an email. These are all customizables on here, or you create a ticket in here. So we've created a category follow-up, and that means is that when you tick on it, you can go into the options in here. Click on the action, sorry, a bit slow, and then click on the sync exchange box, and in your inbox it will grab and sync. Now you've got two choices. One is sync inbox and put it in categories. Now Outlook is the only one that actually handles categories. However, if you're not using Outlook or you're using a mobile phone to do this, you can grab that email, move it to another folder, and then press that sync button. Now, that sync button is also on your mobile phone, so you can grab an email and you want someone to do something or follow it up, you can press the sync button, and then off it goes and attaches that into the into your email. So this is going to attach from our inbound database. If you actually look at the email itself, it has a whole HTML email inside, and you can create some follow-ups from here. So that's the actual email, but in the task section, you now have a follow-up section, so you can call them up. So that's another way to actually allow yourself to follow them up and click off the task here, so you can tick off. Now, the other way of doing it, we'll go to the new way of what we do, is that you create an attached email in the section here. And what you can do is now use our post, which is a way we can chat to other people. So you get an inbound email and you want a response. So you click on new, but in here, and in this post, you can go, for example, and you can talk to any of your staff saying, Matt Holiday, please look at this email, okay? And what you've done is you've assigned the task on that Matt Holiday. Now I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to go to, this is obviously live on our site, so I want to go to the demo sites and play around with that one with 2 users. So in here, I'll go back in here and we'll pretend we're in activity. So on this meeting, we'll go through company X, and we'll go to Rogers, and we create a chat in here, and I'm logged in as admin. I'm just going to check if I am. Let's have a check. Yep, I'm logged in as admin. So I'm going to click on the client, and I'm just going to click on new post, and I'm going to go at sales. Can you please follow up? So what happens, I post that to sales, and we're going to go into another Explorer now. In here, I'm now logged in here, and I'm logged into sales. Sales, notice that in sales you can lock down their views. Now, sales gets a little post in here. Sales, can you please follow up this activity? So you can look at this activity. Sure. No problem. And reply there. So you can see there that you can now interact with that. So it shows up in here, in the section here. Just refresh that. There it is. So that's got a chat in there, so you can click on the chat, so you can see there's a chat on that. So when you're looking at activities, when you sync an Outlook email and you attach it to our system, you can create a follow-up task, or you can chat to one of your colleagues to say follow it up, and it bubbles up into this notification. Now, if you enable notifications, it pops up on the front of the web browser screen and shows you that you've got to do that as well. So that's another way of doing it. Now, final long video, I'm going to show you one more thing. Again, the last thing we're going to cover is just notifications, and that is a great way to notify your company or what's going on real time. So I want to cover that really quickly. So you've got a bill here where you've got a bubble of 3 notifications in here that you've got a list of things. If you're a manager, you have a manage button, or you're an admin, and these are the notifications that I have right now. I've got when a task reminder is due, notify the user of the task, and when the quote expires, notify the user. You can click on notifications and you've got a heap of recipes you can go through of different parts of the business that you can go through and notify your organizations. For this one, I've got a task section here, so I'm a manager and I'm going to notify my staff. So I'm just going to go to Bill Smith, the CEO from the great company, and I'm going to just create a task for a person. So I'm going to go, please call Bill, and due now. He is wanting to know when product or product service is ready. Okay, so the task is going to be a tick off, but you also want to notify them on a mobile phone or whatever it is that you want. So I'm going to create a follow-up task for this person. It's going to be notified. So by default, when you assign it to, it assigns to yourself for obvious reasons, but we're going to assign it to salesperson, and it links to the customer, and I'm going to tick on here to send them a notification. So by default, it'll be straight away. It's connected to the due date. So if you go due date in 2 days or 2 weeks time, it's going to notify them. But right now, for this example, it's going to be now. Save that. So we're going to hop over into Mr. Sales Guy's screen and just wait a little bit. I'm just going to. So we've now got a new notification just here, popped up a bubble, and this says, "Hi sales, you have a reminder task to please call Bill, which is due on blah blah blah." So you can put in the descriptions the phone number for them to see it straight away. So notification, you will have to click on the bubble here, and you've got all your notifications. So you can see that's this 5 bubble is kind of a good way to say these are things you've got to do, and it's a tick off. So it doesn't go fully into reports. It's just a helpful, friendly reminder that you should be doing things like that. So I'm going to search for the one that I have. Yep, so I've already read it, so I can mark it as unread to move it to 6, or click on unread. So I can just now double click and I can do my task and complete the task. So I've done it. So in here I can also go through and exit. So I've read it, but I've taken it completely off my list of things to do. And you can keep on going through Reddit, and it keeps on going down, take it off, and you can go through and remove these to-dos like a notification. So it's a good way, similar to tasks, you can create a task, create notifications, but you also can create a reminder to follow up a quote. But it doesn't have to be a task, it can just be a pop-up notifications for you to go into. So that's the 3 ways you can do it with it. You can have a task that goes, and you can cross it off and create an activity. You can create an activity from emails and so forth and create a task from it, and you can create a notification. So the other things with the CRM section in here that you have along here, and that covers that section there. So there is a bit of intense information here. Hope that has helped. Look, please ask more questions about it, because some of these are new type of ways to do things. We like, for example, the dashboard section here, and we find that the better collaboration tools are probably chatting and notifications, and tasks are good for a foundation of doing something, but also you can collaborate on them as well. Hope that helps. Go through the next videos. The next video will be managing your tags and regions and maps is for the CRM side. So hopefully that helps. But that covers the 4 majors. Talk to you soon.